one of the things I would really argue is that the human capital in Russia is something which is absolutely world class.
First thing I wanted to ask you about was human capital in Russia. It's something I suppose that can always be improved, but how effective is it being utilised at the moment, do you think?
It's an interesting question when you say improved, because I think one of the things I would really argue is that the human capital in Russia is something which is absolutely world class. From our business perspective, as we're looking at technology and innovation, one of the things that Russia produces in abundance, apart from oil and gas, are very highly qualified, scientists, technicians, engineers, mathematicians. And we're looking at how we can use that human capital capability on things like data analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, how we can work with the financial sector on fintech, using that deep pool of human capital that's in the market for us. I think, the other side of things from our perspective day to day is the process of education here. There's just an appetite, a yearning for learning in our younger team members, and they're always looking for further development. So we invest a lot of money on formal qualification training, but also as people are progressing, how we can support them through softer skills to get them to leadership levels. And that's, it's one of the key things that we do within the business. And I look at our alumni network. We have over 6,000 people in our alumni group, 1,000 plus who are in senior roles in Russian business. So it's a great pleasure and positive. I'm very positive about the human capital.
World class, as you said at the start there. What about investments coming into Russia then at the moment? How do you assess the situation?
Well, I think, from an investor perspective, clearly more challenged than it has been in the past. I'm not going to go into sort of the geopolitical side of things, but I think one of the encouraging points, so as we were just talking about, we've launched our CFO survey. It's the third one we've been doing, and one of the points is that there's broadly stabilization in terms of anxiety or concern around what's going on in the economy. And so what we've actually seen now are quite a lot of our international businesses, international clients who have invested already in Russia, taking opportunity out of the challenge and making further investment, expanding their footprint. And I think, if we look at the competitive economy drive from the administration, so the localization of manufacturing, for a number of international clients, that remains a priority. And I think that the other side of things, from Asia, from the Middle East, we've seen investment coming into the country. Clearly not, I think, in the waves or the volume that was hoped for perhaps 2 years ago, but there are international investors from Asia who are making investments into Russia. And that's something which is perhaps a slow burn, but it seems to me to be a bit of a rebalancing, which is not switching from one to the other, but just rebalancing the investor attraction effort.
Okay, and just lastly then for today, Ian, how does the economic situation in Russia impact on what it is you do from day to day?
So a lot of what we're doing with our clients, working with them on cost optimization, making their business more efficient. Actually, we have a very big consulting practice, which is working with a number of the Russian majors on how we can work with their finance departments to become more efficient. And the reason that they're doing that is they're looking with a 2-3 year horizon to be globally competitive and coming back into the market, the international market, being able to access capital and having a very first-class finance operation. So we're very much supporting on that transformation story. We continue to support investors coming into the country. And for companies which are in distress, we continue to work with them, helping them either restructure. If their loan obligations are challenging, we can work with them, with the banks, to restructure that. But then also helping investors identify those distressed asset acquisitions. So there's still a lot of business going on.
Our thanks to Ian Colebourne, CEO of Deloitte. Check back with Dukascopy TV for more exclusive interviews.